Buono il servizio per Cristiano, il destro, gol! Gol, gol, gol! Juventus 3, Sampdoria 0.
Picture this: a skinny Portuguese teenager with a questionable haircut doing stepovers that would make your head spin. Fast forward 2 decades, and that same player is launching himself into the stratosphere to score bicycle kicks that defy physics itself. We're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo. But here's the million-dollar question that sparked countless debates in barbershops, pubs, and Twitter threads across the globe. When was Ronaldo actually in his prime? Was it the flashy showboat tearing up Old Trafford, the unstoppable goal machine at the Bernabéu, or perhaps the clutch performer carrying Portugal to international glory? Today, we're breaking down every era of CR7's legendary career to settle this debate once and for all. The sporting CP prodigy. Let's rewind to where it all began. Before the fame, before the Ballon d'Ors, there was just a kid from Madeira with a dream and skills that were already turning heads at Sporting CP's academy. Between 2002 and 2003, a 17-year-old Ronaldo was already showing glimpses of greatness in Sporting's first team. Sure, the numbers weren't astronomical, 5 goals and 31 appearances, but anyone watching could see this wasn't your average teenager. The raw pace, the fearless dribbling, the audacity to try things that seasoned professionals wouldn't dare attempt. This version of Ronaldo was pure instinct. No tactical sophistication, no calculated movements, just a kid who believed he could beat any defender put in front of him. And more often than not, he was right. The legendary story goes that after a friendly against Manchester United, Sir Alex Ferguson knew immediately that this Portuguese wonder kid had to be his. One plane ride later, and Ronaldo was about to embark on the journey that would transform him from a promising talent into a global superstar. But was this his prime? Hardly. This was just the prologue to one of football's greatest stories, the Manchester United magician. From 2003 to 2009, Old Trafford became Ronaldo's laboratory. This is where the boy became a man, where raw talent was refined into something truly special. But even within this period, we witnessed multiple versions of the Portuguese phenomenon. The early years, 2003 to 2006, style over substance. The first Ronaldo that Manchester United fans fell in love with was electric, but frustrating in equal measure. This was the player who would nutmeg 3 defenders, execute a perfect rainbow flick, and then overhit a simple cross. The stepovers were mesmerizing. The tricks were Instagram-worthy before Instagram even existed, but the end product was inconsistent. In his debut season, he managed 6 goals in 40 appearances. Decent for a teenager, but hardly prime material. The United faithful would groan as he'd choose the spectacular over the simple, but they couldn't look away. This was football as entertainment, and Ronaldo was the main attraction. The evolution, 2006 to 2009, when magic met method, but then something clicked. Around 2006, Ferguson and the coaching staff began molding this raw diamond into something more complete. The turning point? Realizing that all those tricks meant nothing without end product. The 2006-07 season was when we first glimpsed what Ronaldo could become, 23 goals across all competitions. But it was the 2007-08 campaign that announced his arrival as a genuine superstar. 42 goals in 49 games. Read that again. 42 goals. This wasn't just about the numbers, though. This version of Ronaldo had learned to pick his moments. The stepovers were still there, but now they served a purpose. He was developing that deadly left foot, perfecting his free kick technique, and most importantly, becoming absolutely lethal in the box. The Champions League final against Chelsea in Moscow showcased everything beautiful and heartbreaking about this era of Ronaldo. The gorgeous header to open the scoring, followed by the penalty miss that nearly cost United the trophy. Raw emotion, incredible skill, and just enough vulnerability to remind us he was still human. His personal trophy haul during this United period tells the story. Premier League titles in 2007, 2008, and 2009. Champions League winner in 2008. His first Ballon d'Or in 2008. PFA Player of the Year twice. This was undeniably a prime period, but was it the prime? The Real Madrid phenomenon. In 2009, Ronaldo made the move that would define his career. 94 million euros to Real Madrid, a world record at the time. The pressure was immense, the expectations stratospheric. What followed was nothing short of legendary. The goal machine era, 2009 to 2014, redefining what's possible. If Manchester United taught Ronaldo how to play football, Real Madrid taught him how to score goals. And boy, did he learn well. The numbers from this period are absolutely insane. We're talking about a player who scored 451 goals in 438 games for Madrid. That's more than a goal per game across 9 seasons. In La Liga alone, he netted 311 goals in 292 appearances. These aren't typos. This is what happens when talent meets obsession. The 2011-12 season stands out as potentially his most complete individual campaign. 60 goals in 55 games. He broke Real Madrid's single-season scoring record, helped them win La Liga with 100 points, and did all this while Messi was having arguably his greatest season at Barcelona. The Clásicos during this period weren't just football matches. They were gladiatorial battles between two aliens disguised as footballers. But here's what made this era special. Ronaldo wasn't just scoring more, he was scoring different types of goals. The flashy winger who relied on pace and tricks had evolved into a complete forward. Left foot, right foot, headers, tap-ins, long-range screamers, free kicks. He had every tool in the box and wasn't afraid to use them. The Champions League king, 2014 to 2018. Clutch gene activated. If you want to pinpoint when Ronaldo truly became Mr. Champions League, look no further than 2014. This is when he unlocked his final form, the big game player who lived for the biggest moments. 4 Champions League titles in 5 years. Just let that sink in. From 2014 to 2018, Real Madrid were virtually unstoppable in Europe, and Ronaldo was the driving force. The goals against Juventus, the hat tricks against Atletico, the bicycle kick against his future team, this was clutch performance elevated to an art form. The 2016-17 season might have been peak Ronaldo, 42 goals in 46 games, including 12 in the Champions League knockout stages alone. He scored in both legs of the semi-final against Atletico, then bagged 2 in the final against Juventus. And he also helped Portugal win their first major tournament at Euro 2016, finally silencing the critics who said he couldn't perform for his country. His transformation was complete. The step-overs were mostly gone, replaced by intelligent movement and positioning. He'd lost a step of pace but gained an extra gear mentally. This version of Ronaldo didn't need to dribble past 3 defenders. He'd just appear in the right place at the right time, like a ghostly assassin in the penalty box. Personal accolades during this period: Ballon d'Or in 2013, 2014, 2016, and 2017. 4 Champions League titles, 2 La Liga titles, the all-time Champions League scoring record, Real Madrid's all-time leading scorer. The Juventus experiment in 2018, at age 33, when most players are considering retirement, Ronaldo decided to conquer another league. Juventus paid 100 million euros for a player many considered past his peak. What they got was a masterclass in longevity and adaptation. The complete professional, 2018 to 2021, this version of Ronaldo was different again. Gone were the days of 60-goal seasons, but what remained was something perhaps more impressive: pure professionalism married to an unquenchable thirst for success. He scored 101 goals in 134 games for Juventus. Not bad for a declining superstar, right? But the numbers only tell part of the story. This was Ronaldo learning to manage his body, pick his moments, and still deliver when it mattered most. The hat trick against Atletico Madrid in the 2019 Champions League round of 16, turning a 2-0 deficit into a 3-0 victory, was vintage Ronaldo. At 34, he was still pulling off miraculous comebacks that defied logic and age. 2 Serie A titles, though the Champions League remained elusive. For a player whose latter career was defined by European success, those 3 years without reaching a final felt like failure to many. But context matters. Ronaldo was in his mid-30s, carrying teams that perhaps weren't quite at the level of his previous clubs. The Saudi Arabia swan song and Portugal legacy. The 2022 World Cup in Qatar was meant to be Ronaldo's final chance at the one trophy that had eluded him. Instead, it became a symbol of time's inevitable victory over even the greatest athletes, benched for crucial knockout games, watching from the sidelines as his Portugal teammates battled without him. His move to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia surprised many, but it shouldn't have. This is a player who has never accepted defeat, who saw an opportunity to continue competing at the highest level while pioneering football's expansion into new markets. Even now, approaching 40, he's scoring goals and breaking records. But this isn't about prime anymore. This is about legacy. about proving that excellence isn't bound by conventional timelines. With Portugal, his international statistics are staggering. 200-plus caps, 130-plus goals, European Championship winner, Nations League winner. He carried his country to heights they'd never reached before. The verdict: when was Ronaldo actually in his prime? So, after dissecting every era, every transformation, every version of Cristiano Ronaldo, when was he actually in his prime? Here's the thing about truly transcendent athletes. They don't have one prime. They have multiple peaks across different aspects of their game. If you want pure entertainment and raw talent, give me the 2006 to 2008 Manchester United Ronaldo. He was football's equivalent of a rock concert. Loud, flashy, and absolutely electrifying. If you want peak athleticism and goal-scoring prowess, the 2011 to 2014 Real Madrid version was unstoppable. This was Ronaldo at his most physically dominant, combining pace, power, and precision in ways we'd never seen. But if you want clutch performance and big game mastery, the 2014 to 2018 Real Madrid era was something else entirely. This was when Ronaldo became inevitable. You knew that when the stakes were highest, he'd find a way to deliver. The truth is, asking when Ronaldo was in his prime is like asking which Beethoven symphony is the best. They're all masterpieces in different ways. He didn't have a prime, he had an evolution. Each phase brought something new, something special, something that added to the legend. What made Ronaldo truly great wasn't just his peak years, it was his ability to reinvent himself, to find new ways to dominate as his body changed and the game evolved around him. From flashy winger to complete forward to clutch performer to elder statesman, he's been multiple players across multiple primes. That's not just football genius, that's sporting immortality. The debate will rage on in football forums and comment sections for years to come. But maybe that's the point. Maybe the greatest compliment we can pay Ronaldo isn't choosing one prime, but acknowledging that he gave us so many incredible versions of greatness that we're still arguing about which was best. What do you think? Drop your vote in the comments. Which era of Ronaldo was truly his prime? And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button because we've got more football debates coming your way that'll get your blood pumping just like a last-minute Ronaldo header. Until next time, keep debating, keep dreaming, and remember, greatness isn't just about one moment in time. Sometimes it's about an entire career spent chasing perfection.